Alright guys. Okay. Alright guys, welcome back. So this is actually the very first time that I track all my mileage for for a marathon training block. And the marathon I'm talking about is the marathon that I ran just I think like couple months ago, where I shoot for like 3 hour or sub 3 hour marathon, and I just really missed it by 35 seconds. So that's how close it was. Believe it or not, my max mileage for that training was actually only 51 miles. If I'd be honest with you guys, like I'd like to run actually more than that, but it's just really because of my life situation. That's pretty much I could really do. I'm gonna tell you guys later a little bit more than that, but yeah, here's my mileage from week 1 all the way to week 12. So actually I would say like 11 and a half weeks, because like the 12th week, that's actually the week of the marathon. And just to give you guys first like the idea of the workouts that I do for the week, I do like tempo run, and then I do like intervals, and then long run. So these are the 3 workouts that I do. So I do tempo run, and then like intervals for the speed, and sometimes I actually do just mixed workouts, and then also, like I said, like a long run. So just these are the 3 general workouts that I do for the week. So here's my first week. So my first week, actually I wasn't really able to track any workouts here, because anyway this is the first week, so I was just trying to get some runs here. So the total week for the first one is 26.6. Second week, shortest run here is like 7.1 miles, and then my longest here is 12 miles, and I ran that 12 miles in like 7:03 mile. And for that week I ran 36.6. Third week, my shortest run here is 5 miles, or actually 3.5 miles, and then my longest here is 13.1. So this is actually the half marathon, the tune-up half marathon that I ran. Yeah, that's my quality long run here for this week. And then I ran total of 44 miles for third week. Fourth, my shortest run here is 5 miles, and then my longest here is 15 miles, and it says easy moderate. So I think I didn't track my pace here, so I was just running between that kind of effort. And the fifth week, this is actually the week that I missed my long run, because we actually went to Georgia. So we were traveling, and I just really wasn't able to find anywhere to do my long runs. And I ran like a total of 32.5 here, so it was kind of low. So just to give you guys also the idea, for the first like 5 weeks of my training, I just really focus here on just trying to build like the base. Pretty much like I do like one big quality run here and there. This is more of just work on in the base. That's pretty much here for the first 5 weeks. And then the second half of this training block, this is where I really like focus on like the workouts, like more specific, really trying to make sure that I don't go below this this mileage. Yeah, the 6th week, and this is also the start of like the big long runs here. My shortest run here is like 6 miles, and then my longest run here is 18 miles, and I ran that 18 miles in 7:23 mile. And total miles for that week is 48 miles for 6th week. 7th week, my shortest run is 7 miles, and my longest is 20 miles. And then I ran this 20 miles at 7:18 mile here. And a total miles for that 7th week is 46 miles. And then 8th week, shortest run here is 8 miles. And then my longest run here is 23 miles. And I ran this like 17 per mile here. That's the average pace. And the 23 miles is actually like my max long run for this training cycle. And then I ran total of 49 miles for 8 weeks. And the ninth, shortest run here is 5 miles. And then my longest here is 17.5. And I just ran this, actually this just basically just to get the distance. I didn't really care so much about the pace here because I did a really big long run the week before that. So I'm just trying to get a long run here. And for that 9th week, 48.5 miles. 10th week, shortest run is 3 miles, and this is my last specific marathon workout here, long workout. It's 15 miles at marathon pace, and I ran this average at 6:40, so I was inside of the marathon pace here. And then I ran a total of 45 miles here for this 10th week. And then the 11th week, I ran, shortest run is 4.5, and then my longest here is 18 miles. And it's the same thing because I did a really hard long run the week before this. So this 18 miles, I just need to get my last long run before the marathon. And actually, like, I felt really good here. I think I was just trying to run by feel, just trying to get the distance and just really to know what I can run. And I think I ran here like 18 miles in like 2 hours 20 as far as I remember. So yeah, that's my last long run right here, and that's my biggest week right here. It's like says there, I just did it manually here. It's 51 miles right there. Then 12th week, of course this is the marathon week. Of course I won't do any long run anymore. So I did 8 miles, 6 miles, 3.7, and then like 6.5. So it's probably like 20 miles maybe. That's the half of that week. And then the last 2 days I just actually rested before the marathon. If you guys noticed, I am emphasizing here the long runs because this is what I really focused on a lot. I know that I cannot get a lot of runs or mileage, so for me, like, I need to focus on the long runs. And I know that, in my opinion, the long run is the most important workout for the marathon because, of course, the marathon is a long distance event, and of course, like, you really, like, this is where you can actually really try to visualize the marathon when you run. And when I ran these 3 big long runs, like, I set the pace at I always like put like 30 seconds slower than my race pace. So the sub-2-hour marathon pace is like 6:50 per mile. Yeah, 6:50, 30 seconds lower, 7:20. So that's why I tried to hit that for the first like big one, which is I ran 18 miles, and I actually did not get that one right because I ran that 18 miles at 7:23 mile. So it's like 3 seconds slower. And actually the reason why I was kind of struggling to do this because I actually missed a long run the week before this. And then after that week, I did like 20 miles and then I ran 7:18, so I'm inside the goal pace. And then the last one, the 23 miles, like I said, this is my last big long run for the marathon. I ran like 7:17. So what I'm saying here is like I set the pace 30 seconds slower than the marathon pace. For me, that actually works very well because like 30 seconds slower than the goal pace is actually not, I would say it's not super hard, but it's not super easy either. You know, like you're just kind of like there in the middle. It's 30, like I said, like it's 30 seconds slower per mile, but when you're not like tapered, when you've done all of these workouts in your legs, 30 seconds slower, like for a long run, is actually, it feels pretty hard. So that's why you are actually in the safe zone when you do this, and you can really feel like, you know, it's almost like replicating what you're gonna feel during the marathon, but you're not giving 100% yet. so it's really a safe zone for me to get that like really good effort, and at the same time like just the feel. To be honest with you guys, I can miss a tempo run, I can miss, you know, an interval, and you know, I will be okay with that. But if I miss a long run, it's gonna be a big problem. Like I said, like what happened when we went to Georgia, when I was starting building that long run already, and then I missed that long run. The next week after that, like I struggled to finish that 18 miles, and I was 3 seconds slower than my goal pace. And yeah, I really struggled to finish that one because I missed the long run. Yeah, don't get me wrong, like they're all very helpful. Like, you know, your strength, your speed, like you need tempo runs, you need the speed to, you know, like everything to reach this goal. But the long run is, for me, is like one workout that can pretty much do everything. Because when you do the long run, like if you do this a lot, like the distance itself is gonna feel pretty comfortable because you've done it so much, and that's kind of like psychological. And then you practice like your fueling and stuff like that, and then at the same time, you know, you're trying to like focus on hitting like a pretty specific goal when you do this like 3 big long runs. So yeah, yeah, that's pretty much what I did. How I was able to really get close to breaking 3 hours. And going back to what I said, like I wanted to do more mileage, you know, for this training. I would, to be honest, I would really like to run between 50 to maybe up to 70 miles per week. That's really, for me, kind of really what I want to do. But like I have 2 kids, so I got like a couple options. Like I can wake up super early and then run outside or do stuff like that, but I'm gonna compromise my sleep. And you know, the sleep is definitely very important, you know, in this build up, because if I can get enough rest, then the whole week is just gonna be messed up. And then the second option that this is what I do. Good thing we have actually like a gym that's really close here, so I bring them there and then I can run on the treadmill. And actually a big part of my build up is actually running on the treadmill, because that's pretty much the best thing that I could really like get my mileage when for like, you know, like just regular days. To be honest with you guys, I don't really mind running on the treadmill, but if I'm doing this a lot, it's a little bit hard. But I mean, that's the best option that I can get to get my runs, and I'm really, you know, happy about that, because at least I can still get some runs. So this is all for today, guys. Thank you again so much for being here today. I'll see you guys in the next vlog.